Welcome back, everybody, to Pick and Roll, the NBA betting show on the board YouTube channel where we've been amassing tons of profit this season. We are celebrating another sweep day yesterday, 3-0 on yesterday's picks. That includes the big SGP banger plus 375 odds in that Rockets-Mavericks game. So 3.88 units of profit from yesterday alone. If you guys have been cashing in on the picks with us this season, you got to be making sure you smash the like button, support the show. It's the easiest way to help us land on some more YouTube recommended pages and find some new people to come and support the channel. And as always, to keep up to date with all of our content, you can subscribe to the channel. So let's quickly have a look at where we have been this season as far as the profit is concerned before we go into the two plays we have today at BetMGM. So we've amassed on the show as a whole 21 units of profit combining with last year. I think we finished the season at about 8 units of profit last season. So we're up 13 units this season. We're posing a 6.1% ROI. Some amazing numbers here. And we'll go to the recap of the previous day's plays once we give you today's free picks. Let's try to get 100 likes on today's stream. Once again, we're already halfway there. No bonus bet today, but we appreciate the support nonetheless. Let's go to the first play. We're going to the Jazz and the Grizzlies. We're going with Desmond Bane, 20-plus points. We're going with Desmond Bane over 3.5 assists. And we're going to Jordan Clarkson, 15-plus points. That combines for minus 110 odds at BetMGM. In the second play, we are going to be going to the Wizards and the Magic. We like betting against the Wizards. We're taking Paolo Banchero, 20-plus points, and Orlando on the alternate spread at minus 2.5. That's minus 120 at BetMGM. All right, first play. Bane, Clarkson, Pips, tell us about this play and why we're betting it today.
So the first part is obviously the Bane. So if you take a look, these two teams already played twice this season. First game was a huge blowout, and the second one was a close game. In the first game they played, Bane scored 21 points in 27 minutes and didn't play fourth quarter. Second game, he scored 37 points, followed by with 8 assists in a close game. So with this Memphis team being so low on players, so many players down, Bane is by far the first scoring option on this team. And now with Smart injury, some playmaking duties, and he covered this line in 8 assist line. He covered this assist line in 8 straight games. So yeah, it's just a good matchup. And the last game, 8 assists against Utah Jazz. They do some zone, some driving kicks for easy. So yeah, with the ball in his hand, he should get huge usage, both and potential assists and scoring field goal attempts. And Utah plays pretty fast, so yeah, Bane part of this bet is pretty simple. And also Jordan Clarkson too. Like Lauri Markkanen is out. Last 2 games against the Memphis, huge blowout, scored 20 points. Second game, close game, 26 points. Lauri played in both of those games. Clarkson still covered. Without Lauri, Clarkson is the best player, the first scoring option. And Memphis defense is not that good, especially for players type of Jordan Clarkson that are shooting a lot. And yeah, this is just 2 teams with below average defense, high pace games, and single coverage. Should be a great spot for Desmond Bane and Jordan Clarkson.
All right, great stuff there on the first play. Let's go to that second play now. We have Banchero 20-plus and Magic minus 2.5. Talk to us why we're fading the Wizards once again.
I mean, like, I wanted to bet Banchero over the straight line, but throughout the process of doing it, I realized that I'm afraid of a blowout. So, like, okay, so then I'll just combine these two on a little bit lower line. But Orlando Magic are currently playing insane. So they won against the Bucks, then had a loss one, and then won 8 straight games. Won twice against the Bulls, won against the Pacers, blown out the Raptors, won against the Denver, blown out the Boston Celtics, blown out the Hornets. Like, they are playing legit great basketball. And on the other side, we have Wizards who had a stretch where they lost 9 in a row, and then they beat the worst team in the league, Detroit Pistons. So yeah, they are not quite good, and it's a tough matchup for Kyle Kuzma. It's tough matchup for everyone on this team. Like Jordan Poole will be going against Jalen Suggs. That that's very difficult matchup for Jordan Poole. Kuzma will also be in a difficult matchup, probably against Franz Wagner. So yeah, I don't see how Wizards can score efficiently in this game to win. And on the other side, Magic bench should molest this Wizards bench unit. So I expect this like to be third quarter cash for Banchero and the double digit lead at that point for Orlando Magic. So I like great spot against the Wizards.
Yeah, so for these plays, as always, you can shop around, potentially find some better numbers. We're tracking them for MGM. First one, definitely ESPN Bet is going to be better. Second one, ESPN Bet doesn't offer the same alternative line, so you won't be able to get the second one at ESPN. But perhaps another place you can always shop around. Live like 365 is an option, FanDuel is an option in your region. Make sure you're signed up to these sportsbooks so that no matter where we're placing these bets, you have it available at your disposal to get the best price. Once again, we preach an odds comparison tool like BetStamp for all of your sports betting, but to have all of the sportsbook available in your region at your disposal, you can use our sign up link with the QR code in the top right corner of the screen, or you can use our BetStamp sign up link in the link in the description or the one that's pinned in chat. BetStamp.app/theboard. Easiest way to improve your sports better to maximize your profits by line shopping. More profits on your winners, less loss on your losing plays. All right, let's talk about the recap of yesterday's bets. It was quite a sweaty day. Listen, we'll take the 3-0 day, of course. It was an amazing day for the show, but it was a little bit sweaty at times. Let's go to the first play. This one was not a sweat. This one, to my knowledge, was quite comfortable. We have Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, and Max Strus on the overs. Tell us about this one first of all.
I mean, it was the first half cash, so it's kind of was easy, no sweat, like completely opposite from the other bets.
Nothing really to go over there. That easy. Why don't we let's take our time on this one. The Shea one was pretty crazy.
Yeah, but it was kind of interesting because Shea was at the scorer's table for like almost 3 minutes, and there was not that ball in the game, and he came back with 5 minutes left in a very close game, which is super weird. I expected him to come back with 8 minutes left, and then you have Shea in a close game with 8 minutes left, needed 3 points. So like that's like no sweat at all. But then he came back with 5 minutes left, 2 empty possessions, a bunch of rebounds, offensive rebounds for the Wolves. So there wasn't opportunity to score. Then he decided to take over last 3 minutes, scored one mid-range shot, then missed layup. And some offensive rebounds from Wolves, again shooting free throws. And I was afraid they will go for a 3, and that's not the Shea shot. But he still ended up driving to the rim, getting a wide open layup. They let him get the layup because they were preventing the threes. And he ended up even getting another shot that he missed. So it was an interesting game, very, very weird. But Shea always delivers in the fourth if he's even anywhere near close. So just Lloyd.
Was that dunk?
Like last
was that dunk with like
of the game.
Dunk was like less than 20 seconds. Wasn't it like 5 seconds or something left in the game when he dunked it? I don't know what it was, but fortunately it goes over.
15 seconds.
Okay, goes over very late by 1.5 points. We take it. The big winner on the day is the plus 375 SGP, 6 legs. This one we sweat down to the wire. Most of it was comfy all the way through. The only leg that wasn't was the Doncic assist. He got 9 assists in the end. I think he had 9 with like 4 minutes to go. Never quite got over the line. This was a bit too late for myself. I was not watching this, but people in the chat were saying that he drove, popped it back up twice, and players went for the extra pass. So Pips, you were watching. Why don't you tell us about this one?
I mean, it was very sweaty, but it shouldn't be. Like, Doncic had 11 potential assists in that game. So one of the lowest potential assist games of the season.
And he
They
had
just
9.
didn't miss anything. Yeah, that's insane. And some of the assists were like that. That shouldn't be an assist. So he will like pass to Kyrie. Kyrie will cross one player, drive to the rim like for like 25 feet and make a layup, and it was like Luka Doncic assist. Like it's some crazy stuff. So I actually for some assist, I actually thought they will like take it away later. They didn't, but he still stayed at 9. Late into the game, he was just isolating, wasting time, and shooting threes. Kyrie got a little bit like some crazy hero shots from Kyrie Irving late into the game, so it helped a lot. And also that the Rockets were down, so they were fouling late, so there weren't even a chance for him to get it like last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So that was the great. Everything else easy, smooth. Like big SGP is going crazy. Like even the 2 misses, we were like very close on hitting. So yeah, when you bet so many legs, 1 or 2 were big close and a sweaty one. So yeah.
We take it. Amazing season so far. So far in the season, we're up 15.25 units, which is amazing. We're 26% on the ROI. So my goodness, everybody, if you are watching the show and you are tailing these picks, the least you can do is hit the like button, subscribe, and perhaps tell a friend. We have Keith saying that, Pips, you're paying for Keith's wedding. And feel free to come down to the States and attend the wedding. So however way we're helping you out, whether it's building bankroll, whether, you've cashed out on some of this and use it for whatever, we're just looking for the support. All of this is given out completely for free. Support the board, support the Hammer Betting Network. All right, let's talk about some of those games yesterday. We had some in-season tournament implications involved, of course, with these games. One in particular involved the Golden State Warriors. They've struggled this season. They're now 8-10 on the season. They needed to beat the Kings by 12 points yesterday to advance in the in-season tournament. They were up 19 at half. Looked like they had a great chance to win by 12 or more and advance on point differential, but they lost this game outright to the Kings. Where has it been going wrong the most this season for the Golden State Warriors?
So far, Steph Curry didn't have any support. Like he was by far the best player on the team. Like no one was even close. And even in the last game, you saw like Klay Thompson. Like, what are you doing? Like some shots that he's taking, and everyone else on the team is just complete garbage. And last game, finally, Wiggins showed up, but their defense wasn't great. Draymond Green was missing some games this season. When he's playing, he's not playing great. I mean, like, they would be even worse if they didn't have a good contribution from their bench. So, like, Sharks playing great. Chris Paul did some good stuff there. And, yeah, like, Curry fell off last couple of games. So, if you look at the Steph Curry efficiency, over the last 8 games, he shot 40% or worse in 6 out of the last 8. So, like, he was early in the season, he was doing a bit of everything. No one else joined. Now someone else joined. He declined in the efficiency. So it's difficult for them. Like no consistency, and yeah, it's just. I mean, they're playing also like they're losing games against good teams. They lost against the Kings. They lost against the Suns. They lost against the Thunder, Wolves, Denver. I mean, like those are teams that are probably on the same level or better than them. So like they are not like losing to some terrible teams. They won their easy games. They won against the Spurs. They won against the Rockets. They won against Pistons. Like there is no any embarrassing loss so far this season. They lost to good or better teams. They are not like allied team, and they are like on the season looking there. I had them like 7, 8, 6, 5 best team on the West, and currently they are a bit below that, but nothing crazy. Especially when you see Curry missed some games, Draymond missed a lot of games. Klay Thompson is I don't know what to say, but he's underperforming by far. Maybe that's not even underperforming at all. Wiggins was terrible until the last game. He had like 10 points average. But yeah, they are like looking like they are washed now. Like a couple of old guys that
Yeah.
are not that great anymore. Wiggins completely lost his athleticism. I don't know what's going on with him, but like Draymond Green doesn't look great. Klay Thompson doesn't look great. Wiggins doesn't look great. Steph kind of last couple of games had some troubles with efficiency. So yeah, not looking great for them. They have a good battle for the playoffs hard.
Yeah. Clay looks cooked in my opinion out there. It's he's lost
The
his
problem
step
with
for
Clay,
sure.
sorry, but the problem with Clay is he still thinks he's that guy. Like he'll take some unbelievable, terrible shot late into the game to sell the games. When like, come on, like you should be like spot up shooter and that's it.
Yeah.
Like it's accept that you are not that guy anymore. Taking away shots from way more efficient players and taking away shots from Steph. I mean, most of them lost this game. It's a single possession late into the game when like they lost like 5 games with less than 4 point spread. That's where they get some Clay Thompson crazy stuff doing. Yeah,
I smell a big trade on the way because no way they're just gonna let this dynasty fizzle out like this. I smell a big trade. I think Kuminga is gonna be the piece they dangle to a lot of different NBA teams. That I don't think that lands in like a massive trade, but I think that's the player they're gonna try to move. What do you think?
yeah, I think that's possible. Also, like moving away from Wiggins could be also a good thing because now he doesn't look like an NBA starter. Moses Moody is also a very fine player. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
most teams would look forward to get like even the Raptors. Like I don't know, not saying that should be in a trade, but they could use some players like Moody or someone. So
yeah. I would think that a
maybe
guy like
Siakam for Siakam to the Golden
I
State.
was about to say, I was about to say, Siakam could be a guy they target just because expiring contract frees up some salary at the end of the season. But for the rest of the season, like
his
give Siakam the spacing that Curry
his
provides. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the fit is great for Siakam, and you can play Draymond at 5, Siakam at 4, and then three good great shooters around them. It will look great, amazing. And yeah, I think the one of the main targets should be Siakam for them, for
Yeah,
sure.
it
And
has to
also
be.
Raptors could use Podziemski, Moody, and like some of these players will do great on the Raptors.
Yeah, it would really help kickstart a necessary retool in Toronto, but I'm not sure the front office is convinced of that possible retool. So
Yeah,
we'll have
sure.
to see. I don't need to go into all my Raptors stuff today. Let's talk about the in-season tournament quarterfinals. So the bracket is set. It's Celtics, Pacers, Pelicans, Kings, Knicks, Bucks, and Suns, Lakers. Any thoughts, Pips, on who you could see getting through and winning this whole thing? We're very foreign, of course, this tournament, but what do you think?
Suns and Boston finals should be there. Suns with healthy Booker, KD, and Nurkic, Eric Gordon playing tremendous, Grayson Allen, some of the defensive guys. Suns are a great team.
Yeah, they've been on fire. Devin
I
Booker's
mean,
been
yeah.
pretty sensational in his position. Bradley Beal isn't even really playing yet.
And I'll say I love this incident tournament. It's just you can if you watch like throughout the entire week, you can notice uptake in energy and hustling and just doing a lot way more on the in-season tournament days like Tuesday and Friday where like more minutes for players, better defense, more hustle plays. So yeah, I think players settled well with this in-season tournament.
So somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the quarterfinals count towards the overall season record because every NBA team who got eliminated has 2 extra games. So I think there is a quarterfinal game that counts if you advance. The semifinal game counts, and I think you get an extra game if you lose your quarterfinals. So you make up the 2 games. I think the only game that wouldn't count towards the regular season record is the championship game. But in that case, every player makes $500,000 if they win that game. So there's going to be motivation to play that game regardless.
I
So
mean, some players, like Lillard said, like it's not up to us. We are playing for our bench guys. That 5K,
yeah,
500,000 is a lot for them, and I really like that idea. And I think most of the players in the NBA will look up to it. Maybe not for themselves, but for their friends on the bench.
think about the coaching staff as well. That's that line. Unless you're Monty Williams and one of the most expensive coaches of all time, you could use that extra 500K in your pocket 100%. Like I think they've done well the in-season tournament. I
Yeah.
like as well that the games, like it's a regular season game, but it just has a little bit more meaning to it. And you get games like where that. Well, what's your opinion of the point differential? Because point differential yesterday affected the Celtics game quite a bit. They needed to beat the Bulls by 23. They're up 32 with 7 minutes left, and we're hacking Andre Drummond at half court. And Mazzulla had to literally explain to Billy Donovan that, like, we need to win this game by 23. So we need to win. We need to blow you guys out. How do you feel about point differential? Obviously, you're European, so you're more accustomed to point differential. I'm a soccer fan, so I'm more accustomed to it. But a lot of the American audience has never experienced this before. So what's your take on it?
I mean, that was kind of extreme case for the hacking his Drummond, and I understand being frustrated by that stuff. But I mean, I love it, and I'm always
Yeah.
a fan. Like play the game till the end. Like if it's a 30 points game, of course you won't go out there and score on the last possession if it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if you do, I'm okay with it. Like just play to the last possession. Like it's 48 minutes game, and why not? Like have you ever seen like any other sport game where it's like 2-0 and some other teams 3-0 stops trying? Like that's a rare thing. Like it's always like,
Yeah.
and especially for some guys that like, so it's a blowout and it's 2 minutes left, and you bring in guys that never plays, and now these guys should like stop playing in the last minute. Like so they played for like 1 minute in the last 30 days. Like come on, like why would you
Yeah.
do? Why would you even want that for these guys? Like they let them play. They're 2 minutes. They're 2 minutes. Like yeah, I just don't know. Like I'm fine.
If you have a problem, like as an opposition team with point differential, number one, like just be better and not lose by 30. You don't have to worry about that. Number two, if you're Andre Drummond getting
Exactly.
hacked at half court with 7 minutes left, maybe you should work on some free throws a little bit. Yeah, like the Bulls have been pissed off about it, but you're getting blown out every game. Make the game closer, and this stuff wouldn't matter. I don't really know what to say. I also at halftime the Celtics spread was minus 22.5. I'm like Alan. I saw that the Celtics need to win by 23. This is the most motivated they're ever going to be to cover that spread. So I played that at halftime as well. That was a bit of a wild ride, but yeah, that's I agree on point differential. It's just they have to have it that tiebreaker for the groups as a whole, like just the individual groups. Head to head is the first tiebreaker. It's when you go cross group for the wild cards that point differential does come into play. So mostly it's just about beating the other teams. So they got to have the tiebreakers in some way. But I'm excited. First time I don't think NBA's ever had single elimination games before, unless like way back in the playoffs. If it started out like that, I'm not aware of that. So this will be a really fun elimination bracket. Hopefully the teams show up, and very much looks like that these teams are motivated to play, which was a bit of a concern. All right, that's all we have for today. Let's recap the 2 picks that we gave out on the show. Reminder: we're up 21 units on the as a whole on the show. We're up 15 units on the season. You guys have been tailing. You guys have been cashing. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, maybe tell a friend or family member about this one. Really appreciate all the support we've had. We've had like a big string of episodes where we get 100 plus likes. We're 4 likes away from that number today. So let's hit that before we check out for the day. But the 2 plays that we have, first of all, Jazz Grizzlies. We have Bane, 20 plus points and over 3.5 assists. We have Clarkson, 15 plus points for minus 110 odds at BetMGM. Second play, we're going to the Wizards and the Magic game. We have a minus 120 SGP at BetMGM. Banchero, 20 plus points, and the Orlando Magic alternate spread at minus 2.5. That has been your show for today. We just hit 100 likes. Thank you so much, everybody. Tomorrow, it's a doubleheader on the channel. Me and Pips are back here 11:30 a.m. Eastern time for Pick and Roll. Me and Kirk Evans back tomorrow, 2:30, to talk about maybe some futures betting, but the biggest takeaways from the week in the NBA. So exciting stuff tomorrow. We hope to see you there. But thank you for another great episode. Me and Pips are back here tomorrow. We hope to see you then.